What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. It has just been announced Eddie Jones to remain England's head coach after Rugby Football Union published their in-depth analysis of this past Six Nations tournament. Obviously, they are not happy with how England progressed in this tournament. 5th place, really one of the poorest performances we've seen. But having said that, there's so many complications going on right now, whether it's COVID-19 or what. Is that a good enough excuse? I don't know. There's a lot on the line when you don't see crowds, when you don't have your normal systems in place, when there's interruptions of games and all that stuff. It still plays with your mind. But Eddie Jones has been saved, and I, for one, feel that was the right choice. There's been so much talk of Barassi being on the radar, Scott Robertson possibly on the radar for international duties, even Jake White, but they're stuck with Eddie Jones. And I think that's a clever move. He's arrogant, he's a cheeky bugger, but he's a good coach, he's experienced. He might not be in a great position now, but remember, this has happened before where he hasn't been in a good spot with England and they bounced back. England obviously have a lot of things going on in their squad and they need to work on it. Discipline is probably the key factors. Rugby Football Union have acknowledged that and are going to work on refereeing skills, I think, some data analysis coming in, extra coaching options to assist, as well as player opportunities. There's a lot of things that they've given in a press release, which is online, where they've stated how they're going to assist and try and improve the current situation of the English rugby camp right now, because they obviously need to bounce back. So he'll continue as coach, and so far looking good to take this team through to the next Six Nations, as well as the 2023 World Cup in France, which that will be his ideal goal, because we all know his contract is currently through the World Cup and will end then. And I think, right call. I think Eddie Jones has enough experience over in England, knows the players, knows the leadership roles. He's got a good management team with him. I mean, you've got John Mitchell, you've got Proudfoot. He's got good players, mixtures of quality coaches alongside him. So it's just a matter of regrouping, re-gelling. You know, we're going through a crazy time right now where teams aren't producing the results that they need to produce. I mean, if you look at Wales won the Six Nations. No one predicted that at the start of the tournament. Look what they did. France, up and down. Ireland got the potential to be there, but they're just not there. You got Scotland, also opportunity to could have won a tournament for the first time in many years, but there's a lot of frustrations going around. And whether you like it or not, crowds for me are a major impact. The fact that you just got no for excitement when you're so used to it, especially in England and all and Wales, for example, you got the passionate singing crowd, Flower Scotland going in Scotland. I mean, that's a big boost for these players, and to give them the momentum that they need to really go that extra mile, the booing, the cheering, the pressure on the referee. And I think that's also another considerable factor, is the refereeing in this past Six Nations was probably at its worst we've seen in many years. And that also needs to be dealt with and looked at differently. However, England's discipline was appalling this year. It was shocking what they went through. The penalties conceded was just way too high. And England, a World Cup finalist team, should be no better than that. A Six Nations former championship winning team should know better than that. So as much as there's a lot to work on, there's also things that they know they can correct and get things done and do things better as they approach the new season late in the year. So there's a lot to look forward to, and I think Rugby Football Union have done the right thing, keeping Eddie Jones on. I know it's going to irritate a lot of people. I know there's people who want him off, people who can't stand him, who just think he's just not the right guy. Fine, but who else would you pick? Would you go within the Premiership and select a coach there? Do you get another international coach as well? You know, there's so many mixed options and opinions and thoughts on this situation right now. Is why the hell is England not got an English coach coaching the English national rugby team? Why do they always have to look elsewhere? It's those types of questions. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But right now, Eddie Jones knows his team, he knows his current situation. He's come back from a bad place before, and he can certainly do it again. They are, after all, I think, third in the world. Obviously, we don't agree with the World Rugby rankings, but still. Having said that, all the best to them, and we'll see what happens when they kick off their international season late in the year, because obviously the Lions tour is just a few months away. So that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.